Hey everyone, welcome to your bonus Planet Parade Tarot reading beginning January 21st, 2025 through February 21st, 2025. Stargazers will be in for a real treat as Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Venus, and Saturn will align in a stunning parade. Regardless of where you are in the world, you will be able to see the majority of these planets. However, to see the full scope of them, you will need high-powered binoculars or a telescope. I've already seen them. I use an app on my phone. It's free, it's easy, regardless of the type of mobile phone you have. You can simply point it to the sky and it'll tell you exactly what it is. So be sure to look for that app within your phone. I think the one I'm using is Skyview, but there are a number of them out there and most of them are free, but truly a site for all of us. I've set no intentions of this reading except that it is for you and that it should align with either your sun, moon, or rising placement. So if you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box below and in the pinned comment will be a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that and just come back to the channel and watch the video or videos that you choose to watch. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading, not individualized or personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that don't fully resonate. And if that happens, please don't get upset. It just means that that one particular message is intended for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. I want to apologize for getting the next half of these readings released. I've had a lot of issues here. As most of you know, I live in a very old 1860 Victorian home. I've only been renovating it for the past couple of years since I moved in here after my separation, my divorce. It's a challenging home. It's a beautiful home, but it's a challenging one. And with the deep below zero temperatures I've had to contend with frozen water lines, busted water lines, repair, maintenance. It's been a struggle this week without water. And then, as we're fixing one leak, another leak is discovered and it's been chaotic. As of today, I still don't have hot water, but we're slowly making our way to repairing everything. By the grace of God, I've had some people have allowed me to shower in their homes, so I'm fresh. I love being back at my table. The house is warm. The repairs are slowly being made, and so I want to thank all of you for your very kind words and prayers at this time. Without further ado, let's just get to your reading. Hello, Pisces. With this powerful planetary alignment, with multiple planets aligned to your water element, this will be the time for you to really manifest your dreams. You can go with the flow during the next 30-day period, but I would be very intentional with what you do now. So I would start building from now any type of plan that you need so you can yield great rewards in your future. We'll get into your oracle decks and then we'll delve into tarot to see what else we can find out. So sort of like Aquarius, you are on the precipice of a new life chapter or some type of big monumental change. This is a perfect opportunity for you to not just manifest your dreams, but to define them and go after them. So let's see what tarot has, what the oracle cards have for you. I definitely feel like this is building block energy to build a really great future for yourself. We have Sacred Contract Covenant card number 7. Some of you are going to break a karmic contract in order to move forward. Wow. Or you've already done it or you're about to do it. We have first quarter moon in Leo, be humble. And then we have meant to be, moon called. Okay, so all of this is happening as it was meant to be in divine timing. Most of you have learned a karmic lesson here, and it looks like you're on the precipice of severing a karmic connection. All the lessons have been learned. I think you've been humbled by it. Unfortunately, that's what happens when we go through these types of situations. But it was all meant to be for you to become who you are meant to be. Bottom of the deck, we have 2 of Swords. Tell me more about the covenant, the sacred contract, being humble, also meant to be for the Piscean collective, for Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. We'll begin with the sacred contract. Tell me more about this sacred contract here for Pisces. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Pentacles. Interesting because we have 3 people on the meant to be card also. Tell me more about this sacred contract here for Pisces and all Piscean placements, sun, moon, and rising. What do they need to know about this sacred contract? One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, The Fool. There's your whole new beginning. Look at you. The Four of Wands marching towards victory, and the Queen of Swords seeing things very clearly now. Some of you are getting a divorce. Tell me more about being humble. Tell me more about being humble here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do they need to know about being humble? Or you're just closing out this karmic contract and doing it in a very grounded way. Tell me more about be humble for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. Thank you. Be humble, clarified by the Chariot. We have the Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Six of Cups. Tell me more about meant to be here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Tell me more about meant to be. One more shuffle. Thank you. Meant to be is being clarified by the Seven of Swords. You had to experience that. Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups to get to that. And the Sun, happiest card in the deck. It was meant to be. I know it sucks when you hear people say that. Page of Wands, Seven of Wands, and Three of Wands. And then we have a King of Swords, Eight of Cups, 10 of Wands, and the Magician to the Ace of Pentacles. Literally manifesting the life you want, which I said, I kind of felt that. Are you going with the flow? Yes. But each of your steps here, you are taking them with great intentions, being very intentional about them. You're rebuilding your life at this time. So, Queen of Pentacles energy to the Fool card. Whatever decision this is that you're making, you're leaving your job, you're for another job, or you decided to switch industries. Maybe I don't want to be an attorney or an accountant. I want to be a sous chef, or I want to be an artist. Like, whatever decision this is, I want to get married and enter into a sacred covenant contract, or I want to get a divorce and leave it, or I want to end this karmic connection with this friend or this family member. Whatever it is for you, no one can ever say Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising is doing this being irrational or manipulative or anything like that. Whatever decision it is that you have just made or you're about to make in this 30-day period, you're doing it very grounded. I like that for you a lot as a water sign, and especially with all these powerful, a lot of water planets, you know, aligning in your element. I still feel you're doing this very grounded. So I don't think anyone can look at you and say you're being irrational or you're ending or beginning things, you know, based on fantasy. No, this is a very grounded Piscean collective I've tapped into. You have identified what your goal is, Four of Wands, and you're willing to cut out anything or anyone that no longer aligns with it. And that's your new beginning. You're seeing things very clearly now. Be humble, clarified by the Chariot to the Four of Cups to the Eight of Swords to the Six of Cups. Whatever this was, it's either already in your past or it's about to become your past. Unfortunately, your victory, and I think this is where the Be Humble card comes into play. Are you on path to have victory and success in your life, in love, in money, and, you know, career and finance and all that? Yes. But it came from a cost, right? It came at a cost. So when you achieve this new life, whatever it is for you, remember how you got there. Remember the rejections. Remember the not feeling good enough. I would remember the lessons. You don't have to carry the heartache with you into the future, but I would remember the lessons, because if you don't remember the lessons, you could be doomed to repeat it. Also, the success that you have coming towards you in love or in career and finance, again, it's different for all of you. I don't know what it is you're changing. I just know you're changing it. You've made up your mind to change it. You're very grounded. Some of you could have a lot of earth in your chart, meaning maybe your moon or your rising, or you just have very prominent earth energy in your chart. But whatever it is, it's almost saying, like, when you get there to that pinnacle of whatever that success is for you, just be humble. Don't let it go to your head. Don't become too egoic 1 year, 5 years, 10 years down the road when you're living the good life, or you're with the right partner, or at the right job, or in a nice home. just remember, it's kind of like remember where you came from type of thing, because some of you have gone through hell and currently are going through hell. Was it all meant to be? Unfortunately, yes. I hate as a tarot reader saying that to you, but if someone were to say to you, look, you're going to have to go through 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords, but if you learn those lessons, you get to your happily ever after. 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles all rolled into one. Sunny day, happy day here. Any of us would say yes. But it takes going through it to actually appreciate, once you get here, to appreciate this. Because, again, some of you have gone through hell. That 7 of Swords energy tells me you've dealt with 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. They're all wrapped up there in that 7 of Swords card, right? That person's holding 3 swords, they're holding 5 swords, they're holding 7 swords. So you've gone through the mill with whatever this experience has been. The job that didn't treat you fairly or lied to you. The friend or family member that betrayed you. The lover that crossed you or cheated on you or lied to you. It could also be just a whole host of things that you've gone through in your life. Whether it's been one experience or multiple experience, one connection, multiple connections. They're all encapsulated in that 7 of Swords card in this reading. And it was meant for you to go through them, unfortunately, so you can come out the other end smarter, wiser, stronger, and be willing to defend yourself and your happiness so you can move on from it. 7 of Swords to 6 of Pentacles. Unfortunately, you had to deal with that trickster energy that if that was a job, they didn't pay you fairly, or they didn't value your skills, or the friend or family member who lied to you. The lover that breadcrumbed you or maybe put you in competition with others, maybe even cheated on you with that 6 of Pentacles. This person's given it to people. Whatever it is for you, unfortunately, and I've been there, you had to go through that so you can, one, learn self-love. That was your most important lesson in this lifetime for the group of you I've tapped into. You know, if you believe in that, as I do, we enter this life with a contract. And, you know, it's really easy when, you know, it's really easy when we're having that discussion with spirit and they're like, okay, on this rebirth of your life, your contract is going to be self-love. And you're like, yeah, of course I'm always going to choose myself. Of course I'm going to love myself. Of course I'm going to know my self-value. But when you're actually plunked down onto earth in this life and you fall in love or you have nostalgia or a want or need or desire for that 6 of Cups person, sometimes we sacrifice that self-love, right? It goes right out the window. Like before we actually enter into the contract, we're like, yeah, I could do that, no problem, with my eyes closed. But when you're in the thick of it, it gets a little bit harder. Some of you are honoring that sacred contract that you made before you came to earth. I know it sounds very woo-woo, but I have to tell you the messages that I get. You're finally honoring it, meaning the lessons were learned. So if your lesson on this earth was self-worth and self-value, bravo, you've mastered that contract. For others of you where you don't believe that stuff at all, that's fine. You don't have to. If that's not your story or you're just not resonating with that portion of the story, you had to go through that 7 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, so you can learn those lessons, so you decide to sever these karmic contracts, because we all have karmic contracts. And they're not going to be the last karmic contract you have in your life. But if you look at it in a way that everyone is put on your path, meant to be, for us to learn lessons from them, you have learned all the lessons you had to learn from that situation, environment, or connection. And you're making the decision to move on from it. So bravo to you. Whether you look at it like it was some soul contract you had with the divine before you came to this earth and you're now fulfilling that contract, or you just want to look at it like, I only got one life to live, this is it, but I had to deal with a bunch of karmics and I'm now deciding to sever contracts with them so I can move forward. However you look at it, the lesson was self-love. And as soon as you figure that out, which most of you have already, and you're willing to reject that 6 of Cups, because, you know, 6 of Cups are soul contracts, right? These are friends, family members, and lovers that cross our path in life. But not all soul contracts are meant to go the distance. They're just not. Some of the soul contracts are karmic. We're meant to learn a lesson. So in this card, in the Six of Cups card, this person is giving this individual the Ace of Cups, right? In the Four of Cups, you're rejecting it. So it's like you're canceling karmic contracts from people who are friends, family members, and lovers because you're realizing they're not soul mates. They're soul contracts, yes, but they're not soul mates. They're karmic contracts. And so you are rejecting them. And so in rejecting them, you're finding your self-love, your self-worth. And that's the lesson you needed to learn. I think it's been difficult for you. It's really difficult to say, I'm not accepting this from you anymore. And look, I'll give you an example, Pisces. I had to do this with my mom. Is she part of my Six of Cups? Yes. And part of me loves her that she's my mom, right? Like she gave birth to me. Whether I believe in reincarnation or soul contracts or not, in this lifetime, this go around, she's my mom. But she's not a soulmate. She's as karmic as it comes. She's as toxic as it comes. And I held on to that connection, battling myself mentally on how can I stop talking to my mom? How can anyone stop talking to their mom? But when you look at it like, wow, my mom is really toxic. She's never going to change. And being in my life is a huge detriment to me. It's painful and hurtful. And I reject that. That's me severing that karmic contract. That's me saying, I love you, Mom, but from here on out, I'm going to have to love you from a distance. I can't have you in my life anymore the way you were. And that would be me getting victory over that karmic contract. It sucks because in this life, she's titled as my mom. But that doesn't give her reign to ruin my life or to destroy me emotionally. And I feel like for a lot of you, again, whether it's friend, family member, or lover, that's kind of the lesson you had to learn, regardless of how long they've been in your life or the affinity you have for them or the nostalgia you have or the memories you've created. If you're identifying them as a karmic, then they're a karmic. And it's like the conscious choice here of, I've learned all the lessons I had to learn. There's no reason for me to repeat the cycle with this person. I have no victory here. My victory lies now in knowing my self-worth and moving on from this connection. This person or these people have served their purpose in my life. So I don't know how it works for you, but I've tapped into a group of you where you're recognizing the karmic contract or contracts, regardless of how many nice memories you have. They also put you through a lot of Seven of Swords shit. And this is you severing that tie. And you're not just doing it spiritually, you're doing it in the 3D, in the everyday world. You're moving away from this person, focusing on your self-love. And that brings you to the Sun, the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm not telling you from here on out life is going to be rosy, or when you're done wrapping up this cycle, there are no more lessons, but there are no more lessons like that. Because once you know your self-worth and your self-value, you're never going to allow trickster energy in again. So in that respect, it is, the Sun card, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles from here on out. You'll get new lessons, but they won't be those lessons because now you value yourself too much. Near future, right after this 30-day period, again, closing this out or preparing to close it out, making the incremental steps, the building blocks to create a new life away from whomever or whatever this is, that puts you on a whole new path. Page of Wands, discovering a new life, a new way how you want to live. Some of you could be relocation. But that Seven of Wands card, you've learned some very valuable lessons. And even though you might be entering this next phase of your life with a little naivete in the Page of Wands, you're way more wiser than you were before. So with that Seven of Wands card, you now know your boundaries. Because you know your self-worth, you now know your boundaries. And no one will ever cross them again. Again, you might have different lessons in life. Absolutely, we all will. But not that. Not that. Three of Wands, moving forward into the future, turning your back on the past, expanding your life, looking for ways to expand your future and your life, and defending, not just defending your boundaries, but defending this new progress, this new forward movement in your life. I almost feel like this is you blocking out whoever the person or people were
that engage in this Seven of Swords behavior, you're just like completely shutting them out and turning your back on them. Tell me a little bit more about the Seven of Swords. We got a little bit of time here. So let me dig into that Seven of Swords. I also like that the Three of Wands and the wand in the page is Four of Wands, and that's exactly what you're headed towards. I don't think you're doing anything wrong here, and I don't think you're being irrational. I think you're deciding that your self-worth and self-value, I kind of feel like you've discovered it. Page of Wands. I feel like you've discovered it. And because of that, you know that person or those people just can't come with you moving forward. Again, just remember when you get to the Sun card, which you inevitably will if you stay on this path, just be humble. Remember all the shit you went through to get there, because it didn't come easy. The Moon. So the Seven of Swords was something you didn't see coming or you didn't want to see coming. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords here. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. The Hierophant, for some of you, could have involved a marriage, a Taurus. Could be breaking away from family tradition, political beliefs, spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs. The Hierophant also could be a contract that you're breaking. And it's, I almost feel like you're breaking it, but it was already broken. You're just deciding you're not going to fix it anymore because it's draining you to fix it. You can't keep trying to build a bridge when the person on the other side keeps setting it on fire. You know what I mean? It's kind of that feeling. I also feel like you're breaking out of the norm. The Hierophant could be conventional way of doing things, so very well could be leaving a marriage. Oh yeah, making the judgment call. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Further clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups, Six of Wands, King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands, Two of Wands. Yeah, some of you are leaving behind business partner, friend, family member, spouse. Absolutely. Someone who didn't invest in you. Someone who may have cheated on you, lied to you, financially betrayed you if this was a work situation or you felt betrayed by them. You know, the other people got the raises and bonuses you felt you deserved. I feel like your victory comes in walking away from this. When you take that Ace of Cups that the Knight holds and you walk away from this, that's your victory. And I think I've said it to you before, but if I didn't, if you're leaving one partner for another partner, like you already have two people, and it was you who engaged in Seven of Swords behavior, you're making the right decision. If you needed confirmation, not that tarot reader from New Jersey in the United States of America should be your confirmation, but if you're wondering, did I do the right move leaving this person for someone else, you absolutely did, because that's your divine match. That's someone who's solid and stable. That's your victory. That's your equal reciprocity. If you're leaving this person because they had someone else, you have the right person on path for you as soon as you're done wrapping this up. You have someone as grounded as you, as stable as you, as balanced as you, as long-term thinking as you. That is your victory and success. I'm being told to clarify the Six of Wands. Why am I clarifying the Six of Wands? I don't even know why I'm clarifying the Six of Wands. Why am I clarifying the Six of Wands? Tell me more about the Six of Wands here. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. What else does Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising need to know about the Six of Wands? One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Wands is clarified by Nine of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Emperor. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords to the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Wands. Yeah. If you're leaving one person for another person, you already have two people. Maybe it was you engaging in Seven of Swords behavior. I don't know. Could be. In that respect, you are moving towards a divine counterpart. Do you have to break this person's heart to leave them and move forward towards the next person? Yes. But that is your wish fulfillment. That's your victory in love. And that is your divine counterpart. For others of you, where you're leaving someone because they engaged in that behavior on you, they cheated on you, or they had multiple people, or whatever the case was, that puts you on path. It was meant to be for you to learn those lessons and move forward, because that Ace of Cups to the Nine of Cups is 10 cups. You do have a divine counterpart. As soon as you go through this healing here with the heartbreak, leaving this behind, closing up this cycle, getting the divorce, moving on, whatever it is you have to do to detach and heal and move forward, you do have a divine counterpart coming in. So if you're leaving someone and they have someone else, don't hold on to that bitterness and resentment. They did you a favor. They were put on your path. They had a contract to do this to you. You had a contract to learn something from it, and your reward for learning it and moving on is a divine counterpart. If you want to look at this as a career and finance reading, if you're leaving a trickster job for another job, that other job ends up being more financially rewarding for you. So if you're making the judgment call in the next 30 days, I'm going to put out my resumes, I'm going to invest the work, Seven of Pentacles, invest the work to find another job, you do find another job. And it's wonderful. And for those of you where you're thinking about launching your own business, you could be very successful becoming a business owner. And that would be a financial win for you. But again, knowing your worth and moving through any insecurities you may have. But yeah, I'm speaking to a good portion of you where you're leaving a very toxic relationship. Very toxic relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic. But this would be better friends, or friends that become family, or better job, or your own business. Divine counterpart, whether you know them now or not. That's what you're moving towards. Unfortunately, you had experienced this to get that. It literally was all meant to be. When you get that, when you attain it and acquire it, which you will if you stay on path, be humble. Remember everything you went through. And I want to tell you to remember your lessons, just in case in the future, the past person, past job, past friend, past family member, past lover, whatever, returns. Don't forget what they put you through. Because when you get to this, you're not going to want that to come back and try to F this up for you. I don't know why someone had to hear that. I'm talking future. You're settled in and life's okay and you're dealing with the everyday, but it's good. You're where you need to be. That may return. That may make a judgment call to return. The replacement for you didn't work out at work and the old job comes calling. I would think twice I would remember what they put you through before you close up your company and head back, or leave the job you're at to head back, or leave the new friend group or the friends that became family to go back to that friend or that family member, like to welcome them back in. And if you're in a real divine union here, I would really think twice about even dealing with the past lover if that was a past lover. Because the only reason, whatever that is for you, whoever that is, I'm getting the feeling that when things go good for you in the future, this is a little bit further than 30 days out, but that whatever they try to replace you with or whatever might fall apart on them. And they might make the judgment call to want to come back in. Remember where you were and what they did to you. Don't let them wreck your happiness, because you really have gone and will be going through hell to finally get to it. So when you get there, stay humble. Don't get egoic. Remember what you went through. And if that past person, place, thing, whatever, tries to come back, that too, remember what you went through. Okay? Because I get the feeling they might try to come back just because something didn't work out after you left their life. And I really think it's a little bit of jealousy on their part. You're going to be doing so well. Let's get 3 cards of advice, and then we will wrap up your reading. I don't know why I cleared all your cards off the table. I haven't been doing that. Something told me to do it, so I just went ahead and did it. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands. 3 cards of advice here, please, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Three cards of advice, one more shuffle. Thank you. 10 of Swords, 2 of Cups. That ending, that defeat, that betrayal leads you to your new soul contract, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic. Can't make it up. Knight of Wands. I would keep moving forward. 6 of Swords, move forward. Close the cycle on whatever that is. At the end of the day, the choice is yours, okay? But closing the cycle on that brings in your wish fulfillment. You literally can't make this up. The Knight of Cups delivers with them the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I wouldn't go back to anything toxic. Devil, 8 of Swords. You've got the Sun waiting for you. Closing this out moves you towards your wish fulfillment. I would make the choice to do that, but at the end of the day, you have the divine gift of free will. But if you're thinking it's... why am I going through this? Or why did this person put me through this? Unfortunately, it was meant to be, to get you to here. I know it sucks when people say that, but it's been pretty clear in your readings. There was some kind of karmic lesson here that you had to learn. Most of you have learned it. For some of you, you've been going through this over the course of the last 3 years. It's time to kind of wrap it up and put a bow on it and move forward. You have a spectacular future waiting for you. It's time for you to not just manifest your dreams, but to go after them. That's what I have for you, my darling. That is your Planet Parade bonus tarot reading. If you like this message, it resonated with you, maybe just found it to be helpful or hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Pisces, I'm wishing you good luck with the situation, as well as light, love, and peace.